everyone. So today is our weekly Christian book review, and today I am going to talk about The Lost Melody. So this is The Lost Melody by Joanna Davidson Politano. This is my first book by Joanna, and I think I found a new favorite author. Wow. Okay, so thank you first to Baker Publishing for sending me a copy to review. I'm really happy that I got this one. I literally just finished it like not even a minute ago and had to talk about it. Well, because it's Sunday, which is book review day, and also I had to finish it before the sun went down. But I could not stop reading this book. I loved it so much. So just based off the cover design, when I first saw this, I was thinking light, fluffy, maybe a good romance story in this book. That is not the case at all. If you want a good fall atmospheric read that is intense, grab this one. I do have to say there is some like touchy subjects, like there's stuff that's talked about here that might be triggering for some people, as pretty much almost this entire book takes place in an asylum. So it talks about the problems that some of these women have. But it was so good. So good. Wow. So it does kind of describe it in the back, but I knew there was like some kind of mystery happening with this asylum, and she's trying to figure out who this woman is. Her father passes away, and there is child abuse mentioned. It does not go into detail, but it is mentioned in here. Or too much detail, I should say. But her father passes away, and she finds out that he was giving money to an asylum to take care of someone. And she remembers this person, but she can't remember who she is. Like, who is this person in her life? And there were so many twists and turns in this book. I was like, ooh, I have it figured out. No, forget everything you thought about what you were reading, because this had so many twists and turns for a book that I did not think was going to be so intense. Like, I literally, not from the first page, which is like, where's the first page? All right, so technically this is chapter 1. It had me hooked from like the prologue, from like, there's like first movement, second movement, third movement. It had me from like that part, like that very first page. It had me hooked. I love this one. So yes, this is all about this girl who she is a concert pianist named Vivienne Mardot. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Mordaunt. It's French, I'm sure. But she is going to this asylum to pretend to work, to try to find out who this girl is. Who has her father been paying for her care for years and not knowing? So she goes to this asylum, but she can't find anything. She can't find out who this woman is. She can't find any information about her, if she passed away, if she's somewhere else. No idea, no clue. And so she's there, and I don't want to spoil anything, but okay, it kind of describes it in the back, so I think I'm okay. But a lot of things start happening to her, causing her to think she's going a little bit crazy, a little bit insane. And it is just, oh, it's so good. There is an underlining of romance, but it is so light. I think men and women would love this book. Absolutely, 100%. Even though the cover does scream a girl book. I mean, let's be honest. Flowers, pearl necklace, But honestly, I think my dad would love this book. He's really unsure about it, but I think he would. Yes, so I really think anybody would really enjoy this book. The romance is so light. Like, it's like a very, 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 very minor plot point. You'll be fine. But yeah, so intense, very intense, I'm glad I read this in fall because it's perfect. But I was not expecting this to be such twists going throughout this book, such intense moments, some heartbreaking moments, some beautiful moments. This book had me looking up whenever, like halfway through the book, I started looking up songs that the author put in here. Like she was playing the piano, and so she would mention a song by Mozart or by Bach, and I was like, okay, I am going to look it up on YouTube so I can listen to it as she's playing it, and it just added so much more atmosphere to it. It was great, and I even found a piano playlist. I will link it down below if you want to see it, but I'm going to link a playlist that is just piano, and I was listening to that in one part at the end, and it just works so beautifully with the theme of this book. And the faith content is beautiful in here. I absolutely love the faith content. It just wove its way in this story so beautifully, and how God is even in the midst of the most darkest places you can be, and he is still there. Even though sometimes we can't see it or we can't hear it or feel it, he is still there, and his spirit is still with us, even in the darkest places. And that's pretty much the main theme of this book, as well as how music and God's music and how his creativeness of music helps people through their life and situations. And I just thought it was beautiful. I can't wait to see other people's reviews of this book. I think it's going to be a great one. It's beautiful. It's definitely one of my new favorites and a new favorite author. I've heard great things about her other books, so I definitely, this was good. Hey, look, I just realized it kind of matches my outfit. Anyways, so yeah, quick review. I didn't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say if you want a good, not expecting to be an intense book, but really intense, really, really good book, great writing, great characters, I think you're going to like this book a lot. So thank you again to Baker Publishing for a copy. I'm so happy that I got this. I'm really excited. So excited. All right, so thank you for tuning in, and I hope you're all enjoying the Christian readathon that's happening this month. I will link it down below if you missed it, but it's still happening. It's just the beginning of October. This was my first book for the readathon. I'm so excited. So I'm using it for the prompt, a pear on the cover, because there's two flowers, a pair of flowers. So this is my first book of the readathon, first book of October. It's been a great start to the month, that's for sure. So I hope you pick this up or ask your library to order it, because it was really, really sensational. I loved it. All right, so thank you all for watching, and let me know if this sounds like a book you'd be interested in, or if you know of any similar books like that. I'd love to know down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you. So I will see you all on Tuesday this week for another video.